Today, we're diving deep into the transcript of a spiritual hypnosis session. It's a really fascinating look into the inner journey of a man named Christophe. He's feeling completely crushed by our divisive world, and through this process, he discovers this just beautiful and surprising metaphor for finding his center again.
I mean, this is a question we all face, right? Every single day. You see it on social media, you feel it at family gatherings. There's this constant pressure to pick a side, to say, I'm with them, not them. But what does that actually do to our own sense of inner peace? Well, this explainer follows one man's search for that exact answer.
So the whole journey really kicks off with Christophe's own words. He says, I'm losing my neutrality. It's like an erosion. He feels his authentic self, his core, just being worn away by this constant pressure to be pro this or anti that. And for him, this isn't about not caring. It's about losing what he calls a just posture, a way of being that lets him grow in love for himself and for others. The stakes for him are incredibly personal. So, to see how he finds his way back, we're going to follow his entire journey. We'll start with his quest, then discover this amazing enchanted carousel that pops up in his vision. After that, we'll unpack its lessons, face the two different paths it presents, and finally, learn a really practical tool for bringing all this wisdom into our own lives.
Christophe's quest isn't about trying to escape the world. Not at all. It's about finding the right way to exist in it. He's looking for a way, a posture, that lets him express his best self. But all that constant noise from the outside is making that feel pretty much impossible. And these pressures, they're things we can all relate to. Christophe talks about everything from geopolitics to vaccines. He describes his feeling of putting on war paint and picking a camp in every debate. And when he does that, he feels like he's just fueling more division, not peace, and totally losing touch with who he really is. So, as Christophe goes deeper into this hypnotic state, the answer that comes to him, well, it's not some complicated philosophical argument or a new set of rules to live by. No, it's a simple, almost childlike image. An enchanted carousel.
Just picture it for a second. A turning carousel just waiting for riders. This becomes the central metaphor that's going to unlock everything for him. It seems so simple on the surface, but as we're about to see, it holds these incredible layers of wisdom about how we participate, how we judge, and how we find joy. At first, Christophe just sees himself as an outsider, an observer. He's on the sidelines, looking in. He even admits that he's judging the carousel, calling it ordinary. And in that moment, he has this realization, by judging it, he's the one holding himself back. He's sulking and literally denying himself a simple moment of joy. He's just being too serious, too reserved, and completely missing the point. So what is the wisdom that this carousel holds? This is really the heart of his whole transformation. See, the carousel isn't just a ride. It's a teacher. And it has some very specific lessons for Christophe, and I think for all of us. The lessons are so simple, but so profound. First, participation is a choice. You can stand on the sidelines and judge, or you can choose to get on the ride. Second, you have to embrace surprise and let go of control. You might really want that golden horse, but you end up in the little airplane instead. The wisdom is about embracing the experience, wherever you land. Third, it's fleeting. The ride doesn't last forever, so you have to savor the moment. And finally, just playing the game, just getting on, is what unsticks you from those rigid, fixed positions and brings the flow of life back. And here it is. This is the crucial insight. The act of judging is what creates separation. By standing outside and analyzing the carousel, he was cutting himself off from the experience. What the carousel teaches is that real peace is found in the exact opposite. In joining in participating, and in bringing all the parts of yourself together for the ride. Now, to make sure this lesson is absolutely unforgettable, vision raises the stakes. Christophe is shown two possible futures, one where he takes this wisdom to heart, and one where he completely ignores it. And wow, the comparison is just so stark. On the first path, if he ignores the carousel's lesson, he sees himself like a modern Don Quixote, just fighting these ideological windmills. It's a pointless, endless battle that leads to feeling powerless and discouraged. But the second path, where he embraces the ride, he calls it a sacred path, a path of creativity, of shared joy, and this powerful feeling of completeness. It's about building beautiful things together, not tearing each other down. Okay, so this all sounds great, but how do you actually walk that second path in your day-to-day life? Well, this session gives him this wonderfully simple and practical tool. It's a single word, really. An attitude that perfectly captures the entire lesson of the carousel.
The word is decontrast, which you can literally translate as to decontract. Just think for a second about what your body does when you get into a heated argument. You tense up, right? Your jaw clenches, maybe your hands even ball up into fists. To decontract is to consciously do the opposite. It's a physical and mental posture of opening up, of relaxing, even when you're faced with conflict.
So putting this into practice starts with a feeling. The next time you feel that little spark of irritation or anger, see it as a signpost. It's a reminder that you're at that crossroads with those two paths in front of you. The action is to physically relax, to literally open your hands. This sends a signal to yourself and to the other person of calm. And crucially, it's about not taking yourself so seriously. It's about bringing a sense of lightness and play back to the situation.
And this just captures the feeling of it so perfectly. To decontract isn't about retreating or giving in. It's like a dance step. It's a way of moving gracefully with life, of letting go of a rigid position to make another, more fluid move. It's choosing to dance instead of choosing to fight.
You know, Christoph's inner journey just completely reframes how we can think about conflict. It leaves us with this really provocative question. What if the goal isn't to win the argument? What if the best way to win is to stop fighting from the sidelines and just choose to get on the carousel instead?
I stood outside the spinning light, arms crossed tight, judging the right. Called it simple, called it small, while missing joy that's free for all. I watched, I waited, but joy don't knock, it just turns. And all this war inside my chest, just painted lines I can't digest. What if peace ain't won by a fight, but by opening my hands and stepping into light? Step onto the carousel, where no one wins and no one fell. No flags, no blame, no need to prove, just you, the wind, and how you move. Dance with what is, let the moment hold you. Spin even if you're scared to play, even if you lost your way. For in this turn you're not alone, you're coming back to your own home. I used to armor up for war, on every topic, every score, but truth got lost in all the noise, beneath the weight of right and poise. I clenched, I shouted, but silence sang me soft, and now I hear a gentler call. Don't defend, just be, that's all. The world won't break if you let go. In fact, it's how your soul can grow. Step onto the carousel, where no one wins and no one fell. No flags, no blame, no need to prove, just you, the wind, and how you move. Dance with what is, let the moment hold you. Spin even if you're scared to play, even if you lost your way. For in this turn you're not alone, you're coming back to your own home. When irritation starts to rise, that's your signal. Soften, wise, open palms instead of fists. Trade the battle for the mist, where everything is already here. You don't need to earn your peace. Don't be Don Quixote in the storm. Build a palace soft and warm. Fragility's not weakness, friend. It's how the subtle truth yes, it flows so well. No camps, no chains, no bitter scores, just life alive.